everyone, in this video we will cover the current affairs. I am Nuzhat Sana. For mobile optimized ebooks, please install GK Today Academy app. You can attend the quizzes on this app for better practice, and after that you can also read the detailed explanation of the questions you have missed. For regular updates, please check our Telegram channel. The link is given in the description box. You can subscribe to it if you find it relevant. For hard copy books, you can visit our website gktbooks.com. Okay. Also, our latest initiative is UPSC Prelims Test Series for 2021 and 2022 in GK Today Academy app. So if you are appearing in UPSC Prelims, you may consider joining this. So now, without wasting any further time, let's get started. So today we'll be discussing most important MCQs for 29th of July 2021. Starting with very first question, Sohra is a town located in which Indian state or union territory? So this Sohra is also known as Cherrapunji. Now Cherrapunji is famous for one more thing. Can you tell me what is that? And it is a high altitude town in the northeastern Indian state of Meghalaya. Why it is in news? Because recently the Union Home Minister Amit Shah has launched the Green Sohra afforestation campaign along with Greater Sohra water supply scheme. So this afforestation campaign will be run by the Meghalaya government with the help of Assam Rifles. Now apart from it, the NESA, that is Northeastern Space Application Center, is located in Meghalaya, and it is the joint initiative of Department of Space and Northeastern Council. So this was in news few days back because here Amit Shah has laid the foundation stone for Multi-Purpose Convention Center of NESAC, that is Northeastern Space Application Center, in Meghalaya's capital Shillong. Also Meghalaya is in news because recently it has approved the Youth Policy 2021, and this policy basically aims to create a field for the youths of the state to achieve their full potential and to become skilled and creative members of the state as well as country. Apart from it, recently UP has launched My Government Meri Sarkar portal, through which the government will receive feedback from the people. So this portal would also inform the people about various schemes of the government, and it would help the people of the state to communicate their views and suggestions to the government, leading to public participation and good governance. And already we have seen that few days back central government, state government of Mizoram and World Bank have signed a loan agreement of amount $32 million. Why? For Mizoram Health Strengthening Project. Now you have to tell me who is current Chief Minister and Governor of Mizoram. Question number 2. The International Finance Corporation extended a loan of $250 million to which Indian bank for affordable housing finance? First of all, IFC is the investment arm of World Bank Group, and recently it has extended a loan of $250 million to the HDFC Bank to boost affordable housing finance in India. So under this loan agreement, at least 25% of the financing has been allocated for green affordable housing, which is expected to encourage this market in India. Why? Because India still has an early stage of green housing market which needs further strengthening. Now apart from it, HDFC Bank has planned to become carbon neutral by 2031 to 32 by reducing its emission, energy and water consumption. Now few lectures back we have talked about Rasmi Ranjan Das, and why he is important? Because recently he has been appointed to the UN Tax Committee as a member for the term period of 2021 to 2025, and he is a joint secretary of Finance Ministry. Then apart from it, which bank has launched digital platform Merchant Stack to provide banking services to retail merchants? It's ICICI Bank. Then which Indian insurance company has featured in top 10 list of most valuable insurance brand globally. It is LIC. Apart from it, as per the recent RBI guidelines, lending by small finance banks, to which institutions are considered as priority sector lending, it's microfinance institutions. And recently, CCEA, that is the Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs, approved the strategic disinvestment of IDBI Bank. Question number 3. Which Indian organization has rolled out a customized space-themed merchandise program? So this program has been launched by ISRO, that is Indian Space Research Organization, and now interested persons will be able to purchase authorized products related to ISRO's missions and work, such as scale models, then t-shirts or space-themed educational games, then science toys and various others. Now this brand promotion exercise will create awareness and interest among students, children and public in space science and technology. Now apart from it, ISRO has given its approval to the Parliamentary Standing Committee on Education in order to provide technical assistance for satellite TV classrooms across India to bridge the learning gap that arises due to COVID-induced lockdown. Also recently, UN body has endorsed a multinational project called CEOS, COAST. What is its full form? It is Committee on Earth Observation Satellite, and COAST stands for Coastal Observation Application Services and Tools. And this program is conducted by ISRO and NOAA. And you have to tell me what does this term stands for. Also, ISRO will assist development projects in Northeast through space technology. Also, Vikram Sarabhai Space Center of ISRO has developed 3 types of cost-effective ventilators and an oxygen concentrator. And what are the names of these things? The oxygen concentrator is named as Shwas, and 3 ventilators are Pran, Vayu and Swasth. Also, ISRO has signed an agreement with CNES, which is the French space agency, and now CNES is to help India in its first human space mission called Gaganyaan. So these are the recent news regarding ISRO. Question number 4. The first ever World Drowning Prevention Day is observed on which date in 2021? So this is observed on 25th of July 2021, coordinated by World Health Organization. So the UN General Assembly has adopted the resolution on global drowning prevention on 28th of April 2021 because it is estimated that 236,000 people drown every year, and drowning is among the 10 leading causes of death for children who are aged between 5 to 14 years. Also, few days back, World Health Organization on 23rd of July has launched its first regional states report on drowning prevention in Southeast Asia and Western Pacific regions, and according to this report, nearly 2/3 of all global deaths due to drowning occur in the Asia Pacific region. And also, drowning is the 3rd leading cause of unintentional injury and death worldwide. Then apart from it, in the previous lecture we have talked that a study conducted by Danone India, which is actually a French packaged foods and beverages company, along with CII, and according to this study, 46.2% of Indians report poor quality life on basis of 4 aspects. And what are they? Psychological health, physical health, then environment and social relationship. So considering these points, 46.2% of Indians report a poor quality of life. Question number 5. Ramappa temple, which has been conferred with the UNESCO World Heritage Site tag, is situated in which state? So the UNESCO has recently conferred the World Heritage Site status to the 13th century Ramappa temple, which is situated in Palampet, Telangana. And this temple is said to be built in the year 1213 by Recharla Rudra, who belongs to Kakatiya dynasty. And for this status, total of 17 countries supported this move. Now apart from it, few days back Telangana has implemented Mukhyamantri Dalit Empowerment Program, and it will provide financial assistance of 10 lakh rupees to the eligible Dalit beneficiaries, and the scheme will cover nearly 100 families, each from all the 119 constituent assemblies in the state. And this program has a budget of 1200 crore rupees for its very first initial stage. Also, Telangana has recently decided to adopt the Andhra Pradesh government's flagship scheme Nadu Nedu, that seeks to transform government schools into vibrant and competitive institutions. Apart from it, Flipkart has partnered with Telangana government to lead Medicines from the Sky project, under which drone delivery of medical supplies would be provided to the remote areas. Also, two cities of Madhya Pradesh, Gwalior and Orchha, have been selected by UNESCO under Historic Urban Landscape project. And recently, a tiger reserve from Madhya Pradesh known as Satpura Tiger Reserve has also been included in the UNESCO World Heritage Site. Question number 6. A Kerala vet doctor has recently received patent for inventing biodiesel from which product? So it is John Abraham. Here not talking about the actor John Abraham, rather he is a veterinary doctor turned into inventor. So he has received the patents for inventing biodiesel from slaughtered chicken waste. So this biodiesel offers mileage of over 38 km per liter at around 40% of the current price of diesel, and it is also expected to lower the air pollution by 50%. So the Indian Patent Office granted the patent for inventing this biodiesel produced from rendered chicken oil. Now apart from it, the authorities of state of Kerala have recently removed the upper age limit for transgender college students of the state who are seeking admission to numerous educational programs available in the state universities and its affiliated schools. And this has been done to encourage the transgender student in the state to pursue various postgraduate and undergraduate educational programs. Also, Kerala is the first state to become digital in public education. And yes, India's second village of books is to be set up in a village in the state of Kerala, and the first village of book lies in Maharashtra. Question number 7. Which Indian state or union territory people consume the highest quantity of fish in 2019 to 20? So as per a recent data produced in the Lok Sabha on fish consumption in India, people from Lakshadweep ate nearly 105.6 kg fish per person for this particular time period. So they eat 300 gram of fish every day, while the people of Haryana need a year to consume as much. So the national average was at around 6.46 kg per year, and Andaman and Nicobar came second with an annual per capita fish consumption of 59 kgs, and Tripura was at third position with 25.45 kilograms. And during 2019 to 20, the quantity of fish caught in the country was 141.64 lakh ton, and 30% of which is produced from Andhra Pradesh alone. Now apart from it, Environment Minister has recently inaugurated the Atal Paryavaran Bhavan there at Lakshadweep, and also it has been declared as 100% organic region. So do remember that first union territory of India to achieve 100% organic status is Lakshadweep. Now can you tell me which is the first state of India to become 100% organic? Please write in the comment section if you know. Now few days back, Hilsa fish was in news because it has been caught in UP, Bihar and Jharkhand for the very first time in 3 decades. And recently, Union Ministry for Fisheries, Animal Husbandry and Dairying has launched an online course mobile application named as Matsya Setu app. Why? To disseminate latest freshwater aquaculture technologies for aqua farmers across India. And it has been developed by Indian Council of Agricultural Research body CIFA, that is Central Institute of Freshwater Aquaculture. Question number 8. The Chief Minister of which southern state has submitted his resignation to the governor recently? So the Chief Minister of Karnataka, B.S. Yedurappa, has submitted his resignation to the state's governor Thawarchand Gehlot. And this move is a result of 8-month speculation and demand for removal of the BJP leader from the post of Chief Minister by a section of BJP members in the state, and the new Chief Minister is said to be announced shortly. Now apart from it, Pedro Castillo is the new president of Peru. Then Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi has been appointed as deputy leader of House in Rajya Sabha. Then our new Chief Minister of Uttarakhand is Pushkar Singh Dhami, and Twitter has recently appointed Mr. Vinay Prakash as resident grievance officer to comply with the new IT rules of India. And first MD of National Asset Reconstruction Limited is Padma Kumar Nair. So these are some of the recent appointments. Question number 9. Which country has launched a 6-month campaign to clean up the problematic applications? So recently, China's Industry Ministry has announced a 6-month campaign to clean up the internet applications which it considers problematic and violating consumer rights, cyber security and disturbing market order. So the Ministry of Industry and Information Technology announced that the companies must fix pop-ups on apps that deceive and mislead the users or force them to use unwanted services. Okay. Also in the previous lecture we have studied that China is set to build the world's first nuclear reactor that does not need water for cooling. Also the government of China has announced a set of reforms for private education companies under which they are banned from making profits, raising capital or going public. Also they are prohibited from offering tutoring related to the school syllabus on weekends and during the vacations. So these new reforms further prohibit these educational institutions from giving online or academic classes to children under the age of 6 years. Also, China's East Zhejiang province has recently been worst affected by the typhoon In-fa, which has made its landfall here recently. So this landfall associated rains have triggered large-scale floods in the region, which has led to several deaths, and this is the 6th typhoon in this region during 2021. So recently China has also been affected with torrential rains that have affected about 3 million people, which was never witnessed in the last 1000 years. Coming to last question, 13-year-old Momiji Nishida, who recently won gold medal in the Tokyo Olympics, plays which sports? So she is a skateboarding player and she is just 13 years old, and recently she became the youngest gold medalist from Japan because she won the women's street skateboarding event of the 2020 Olympics. Now another Japanese player, Yuto Horigome, had won the first ever men's gold in the sport recently. Now apart from it, in December 2019, WADA, that is World Anti-Doping Agency, banned Russia for 4 years from competing in international events including the Tokyo Olympics and FIFA World Cup in 2022 after accusing for doping. But what happened is, at the Tokyo Olympics there are 335 sports persons from Russia who are competing under the acronym ROC, which stands for Russian Olympic Committee, because they are not allowed to use their country's name, flag or anthem. Okay. Also, the games karate, skateboarding, surfing and sport climbing have been included as 4 new games at the Tokyo Olympics 2021. So apart from these 4 games, baseball and softball are being reintroduced in 2021 Tokyo Olympics after they were dropped in the year 2016. So the inclusion of these sports in the Olympics is set to create a new spotlight for them. Also, Sumit Nagal is in news these days because he has become only the 3rd Indian to win men's single match at an Olympic edition and the first in 25 years when he defeated Denis Istomin in the first match at Tokyo Games. Now let's start with today's quiz. Here on the slide you can see 5 questions which have been taken from the past 2-3 days current affairs. Pause the video and try to solve each of these questions. And at the end of the lecture, do not forget to share your scores in the comment section. So please be honest and do not cheat with yourself. So that's it for today. I hope you have liked the session. These were the important news and events from today, and we will meet again tomorrow with some more important current affairs. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, and please do not forget to subscribe to GK Today. With this, Meenuz Hatsana signing off.